there, Internet, and warm welcome to the Redline car show. Today we're gonna do a review of the Volkswagen Passat TSI from 2010. What we're gonna do first, before we drive this thing, that maybe it's good or maybe it's horrible, it's gonna take a little bit of look on the practical side. We're gonna start with taking a little bit of look here in the boot. As you could see, it is very big, and you can get it even bigger if you fold down these seats. And if you watch me, the last time it took a very long time because it was a very complicated process. But here though, you just press a button here and push it down like that. And then you got the other seat there, and you can push that down as well. Yes, like this button here, and it goes down. Then you got the problem with this thing, which should be possible to get off. I don't know how to put it, so I'm gonna take a look on the instruction here. Okay. Got it. I press the button on top and pull. Yeah. No, that thing does not work. It is not easy. So, what can we say about that? Well, if you got a degree in advanced engineering, you can probably take it down, but I don't, so I can't. Anyway, we're gonna see how big this boot is. Now, with me in it, will I fit? I close this door, press the doors because it's right here. And let's see. Fit? Yeah, I do. So it's pretty large. We're now driving the Volkswagen Passat TSI EcoFuel from 2010. And the first feeling on this car is actually it's pretty good. I mean, this is not a sports car by any means. It is a family saloon, and for a family saloon that is pretty cheap, it feels pretty good when I'm driving it like a normal person would, like, you know, your mom would when she goes to the grocery shop to buy potato salad. And then it feels good when I'm driving it this slowly. But the thing is though, I am a petrol head, and I want to know how it feels to drive when we drive a little bit quicker. So, traction control off. 2 gears. Just pulled pretty alright. A little bit of understeer for the corners. Good gearbox, you can definitely heel and toe. That's one thing that I definitely like about this car. You can heel and toe, and it is a family car. Who in the name of all it's holy, that is a mom cares about if she can do heel and toe or not? No one, I think. Anyways, that was actually very good. Very good feeling. It doesn't understeer too much. It's a front-wheel drive car, which means it will understeer, but it wasn't too bad. wasn't too bad. I've driven worse, a lot worse. The brakes they are so easy to modulate. And gives a little bit of punch for the corners. I mean, it could be faster. The engine does only produce 150 horsepower, and you know, it's not very much, but for a family car it is enough. I don't think anybody would drive this car like I'm doing right now. That is a dad or a mom. I come up here to a very, very, very sharp corner. And here's also a very good test of the handling on the car. If it wants to understeer or oversteer or what the fuck it wants to do. But that one, yeah, hey, not too much understeer, I say, but was a little bit of understeer. You can really feel that the chassis is very, very good, but the limiting factor is the front wheel drive, because the front wheel drive, you know, it is not that great. Then it wants to understeer, but I'm actually really surprised by how good Volkswagen has actually tuned this car, suspension-wise and diff-wise and everything, that it doesn't understeer too much. I mean, it does understeer, but not too much. A little bit about the stats for you then of this car. 0 to 100 kilometers an hour takes 9.8 seconds, and that is pretty slow. And the top speed is 213 kilometers an hour, and that is also pretty slow. But for a grocery getter, which this car really is, it isn't too bad. Now I want to talk a little bit about this engine then we got here under the bonnet. It is a 1.4 liter. It got one turbo and one supercharger. And it's pretty horrible actually, because it's so much lag in it. It's first turbo lag, then it's lag from the supercharger. Or the other way around. I mean, of course, my head was spinning a bit. First supercharger lag and then turbo lag, so it is not smooth at all. Jeremy Clarkson said a couple of years ago that this engine is as smooth as falling down a step ladder, and he is right. It is not smooth at all. But one thing it does do, it does return pretty good economy. Volkswagen claim, at least. You know, Volkswagen with Dieselgate, so you can't really trust them. But they say it will return 0.71 liters per 10 kilometers. And that is actually pretty good. But again, they had a Dieselgate, so do I trust it? Well, I don't think so, but I think it could do maybe 75. So economical it is, but fast it really isn't, which you should see. I'm gonna turn off this and we're gonna stop here and we're gonna do a launch. Gonna see how that works. Filling up the upper end and drop the clutch. There we got 100, so you know, it's not very fast, but it is okay for a grocery getter, like this car is. We're now gonna talk a little about the interior of this Volkswagen Passat then. The quality first is, this steady, doesn't feel too unsteady. It's nothing that can really rip apart, and it feels solid. And also the material here is good. Doesn't hurt there. Not too bad. Not too bad there, even there. It's nice padding here on on the side of the door, so you can sit here and drive it like this very comfortably. Gear lever has a nice feeling, very nice. And also this got a lot of storage space. Got here for glasses, for example. You have here for other crap, and you have another one here, and then you got pretty large door bins. We can fit this cable inside of here. It's so the car will be warm, because we live in Sweden and the winters in Sweden are so cold. You almost die every winter, so that could be very useful. So the door bins is big, and also the quality there is, yeah, it's good. And also you got some storage space here, which could be useful. That's all of my speeding tickets, so don't worry about that. And yes, it is a good interior, this. And yeah, I can't blame this interior for anything really. So yes, it's good. Yes, okay, now we've driven this car, we looked at the practicality side and we looked at the quality of the interior. So now then, it comes down to a verdict. What do we really think about this car? To be brutally honest with you, I think this is actually a pretty good car. But it got something that lets it down. It's front wheel drive, and you can really tell that that is a limiting factor of the chassis. The chassis is capable of so much more, but front wheel drive limits that from that. But if you look at this class, almost every car is front wheel drive. So you expect that. But even though it is front wheel drive, it isn't too bad for the corners. It doesn't understeer like a complete pig. Of course it does understeer. The setup is with a little bit of understeer. It has to be that with front wheel drive cars. You can't get them to oversteer driving normally. You can do handbrake turns and Scandinavian flicks, but normal driving, they do understeer. But this, not too bad. And the other part is the engine, it's a bit rough. But it does return pretty good economy, as I mentioned previously. And it does pull alright, as we saw. So on the whole, I would like to give this car a 7 out of 10. Because it's actually a pretty good bit of kit. And if you think about buying this car today on the used car market, you can expect to pay something around 50,000 to 70,000 Swedish crowns, which is about 5,000 to 7,000 euros. So it's pretty good value for money as well. So therefore, a 7 out of 10. So now that's it from the Redline Car Show. I would like to thank you very much for watching this episode. Soon it will be another episode out. And have a fantastic day.